Carice here from Hot 702.5 FM in Las Vegas. Get ready to experience basketball like never before. The historic National Pro-Am Championship Tournament, hosted by Delaware Sports Foundation and the HBCU Basketball Association, is taking center stage at the Doolittle Community Center in Las Vegas, Nevada, from April 25th through the 28th in 2024. It's more than just a tournament. It's a basketball extravaganza. Witness top-tier athletes, electrifying matchups, and slam dunk moments that will leave you breathless. Come see who will take home the trophy and first place prize of $100,000. But that's not all. We're shining a spotlight on small businesses. If you are a local business looking for exposure, seize this opportunity to be featured with our TV partners. Email chbcuba.com and ashaw@thehbcuba.com, and let your business shine alongside the thrilling basketball action. Save the dates.
You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows. Live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
Yeah. Jones. Hey. Greg Deville was at it, man. Hey. If you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in. We here to help. Now tune in. We here to help. You wanna be a broker, you wanna be broke. You wanna be the joker, you wanna be the joker. You gotta bring more to the table than your hope, dreams, and wishing. I can feed you fish or I can take you out fishing. I can show you the vision, addition and division, mathematic equation. Make the money flip like an acrobatic, amazing. Greg Deville help you build the foundation. I'm saying, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in. We here to help. Now tune in. We here to help.
Well, good afternoon, Las Vegas. Greg Deville back in the studio once again, here to have a good time. That's right, it's Thursday afternoon, 3 o'clock. It's a regular 3 o'clock show that we do here every Thursday at 702.5fm.com. This is what we do. We talk real estate, wealth, prosperity, success, and residual income. That's right. So today, as you many know, we're coming up on this Sunday. We're going to be involved in our Wealth Mindset Conference Las Vegas, second annual Wealth Mindset Conference Las Vegas. So it's going to be a high time. We're excited about it. Listen, we've got a great lineup of guest speakers that will be sharing an information and a wealth of knowledge for your mindset. So we want to take a moment this afternoon to thank all of our many sponsors, those that have donated, those that have purchased tickets, those that have they purchased to share tickets or giveaways on radio. Want to take today to appreciate everyone who has given of their finances, those that will be giving of their time. We know that certainly to put together a conference takes a team. We want to appreciate Team Deville. Team Deville showed up to the spot, and they got everything ready to go, man. I was in the office just a little bit ago, and the gift bags, I never realized some of the small technical things that it takes to make these events really really successful and to go over well. So we want to thank the team at Team Deville Realty Group, the lovely Marquetta Deville, for all the work and all the emails that go out and all the confirmations and all the ticket confirmations. And just so you know, it's a task. It's a task, but it can be done with enough time. We started back in November, and here we are. We're just 3 days out until the actual conference. So, again, we're excited about that. That's great information. And so we want to give a shout out to Funnel Cake Cafe. You can find them down there in Town Square. Funnel Cake Cafe. They did share in helping us to raise funds for our conference at the Red Rock Resort. Echelon Event Center, shout out to Brady Wells and Tanya there, and Mariposa with Devin Moore. They were sponsors. We were able to give tickets away at those events that they host. We want to shout out YLM Financial, Your Legacy Matters, with Josh Igiliki Jr. Appreciate him. Esther and Andre gave their a table to sponsor those through radio ticket giveaways. Miss Trina Giles, Grits Cafe, we want to appreciate her for the taking on the opportunity of talking about the pivot into entrepreneurship. Also, Rhea Watson, the scholarship doctor with Scholarship Solutions, big shout out, and Reba Labat, who is American Family Insurance. Shout out to Reba. And Brian Taylor, man, let me tell you something. My plumber. Listen, this brother said, Deville, you always sending me a lot of work, man. I'd be glad to sponsor. And so they sponsored he and his wife. It's just beautiful, man, to come together to put this together. It wasn't about making money. It was about encouraging the mindset of the people to go further and higher in your mindset. We want to give shout out to John Pennington at AA Printing. Shout out to John, giving of time to partake in sharing in tickets. As many of you know, shout out to Stewart Title. We use them quite a bit in our real estate for closing out the transactions. So when you buy, you're going to always need title. And so shout out to Stewart Title, as well as the County Recorder's Office. The County Recorder's Office with Debbie Conway. Listen, not only did they do vendor, they purchased an actual table. So I want to appreciate the County Recorder's Office, and we'll be honoring Miss Debbie Conway here at our event with the 18-year Legacy Award, Leadership Award. She's been running the County Recorder's Office 18 years. The first black woman to run the county recorder in the state of Nevada. It's been holding it down for 18 years. So we want to give her roses while she can yet smell them. So we appreciate Debbie Conway and the County Recorder's Office. Nehemiah Ministries, the great Right Reverend West over there, Nehemiah Ministries, with their donation of sponsorship. We want to shout out the Chef Jeff Project, with Chef Jeff himself, man. Let me tell you, he is going to be our keynote speaker. We are excited about what he brings. I'm going to save his story. We'll have an interview on him tomorrow before the conference. It's just going to give a smidget of what he's going to be bringing on Sunday. He's going to close out the event. Now, for those of you who are not or have not gotten your tickets, listen, the cutoff date is Saturday. We've got to have the funding because we're going into the Red Rock on Sunday morning. Many of you want to be involved, you want to be a part of, or maybe you just want to sponsor someone to be a part of. You're able to do that. Contact 702-349-0162. You can text the word sponsor or attend. Text the words you want to sponsor someone or you want to attend. The tickets are merely $100 at this point. So we're just closing it out. Maybe someone you think that would be a blessing for them to be at the Wealth Mindset Conference. It's our second annual as well. So, the third time's a charm. Second time, it's going well. It's looking well. And we've got a great lineup of individuals that will be sharing in the Wealth Mindset Conference. Shout out to MHS Behavioral Services, Miss Mingo and her team over there, doing a platinum sponsorship. We appreciate them as well, giving back. There'll be a vendor at the event, and so we want to make sure that they're getting their information and their shout out for their giving of their finances to this great event, as well as Some New Marketing. Shout out to Shondell and the team over there at Some New Marketing. Big shout out. We're excited about the opportunity to work with them. Let me turn the phone off so we won't get all the dings during this moment. But if you'll save your text until just text anyway. I just turned the volume down. So listen, the end of the day, again, Some New Marketing. Shout out to the team over there, Some New team. Bondage Free Worship Center. Pastor Anthony Rankin, want to give shout out. Bondage Free Worship Center right there at Jones and Lake Mead. Stewart Title. Did we talk about Stewart Title? Stewart is the title company that's shared in giving as well. Walter Jones. They call him Walter Boo Jones. Want to give shout out to Walt, man. He sponsored a couple tickets for a couple individuals to attend. And so it's always wonderful to have people give back and pay it forward. So we want to appreciate everyone for what they're doing and what they've done. From the smallest to the largest, we all have put together to make this event a great success. So we want to appreciate the many of you that have and that will, because we're still 3 days out. So you still have time to share in giving or sponsoring someone at the event. Again, the NAACP, shout out to Quentin Savoy. Listen, this brother is one of our. In fact, he's going to be our first speaker of the day. He's speaking on impactful change, and we talk about a wealth mindset. There has to be an impactful change. Very necessary that you understand. We're in the second quarter of 2024, and if you don't make an impactful change in your mindset, this could be critical in how it turns out for the rest of the year. Okay, so NAACP, shout out for the president, Mr. Quentin, going to be one of our opening speakers there. Shout out to the great Dr. Brent Jones, who will be opening with music and song. As many of you know, the conference is on a Sunday afternoon, so we do want to have some spirit of praise. That's right, and worship in the building, and so Dr. Brent Jones has agreed to open up for us. So what a wonderful treat to have to start off our event with something such as melodical as Dr. Brent Jones brings in the music industry. So we're excited about that. And we want to give a shout out to the Urban Chamber of Commerce for their donation in giving and helping this become a great success. And we have none other than Cameron C.H. Miller, who is also one of our speakers, who's talking about a wealth mindset and impactful change. Very important, talking about expansion, how you need to expand from where you are. So we'll be giving shout out to the Urban Chamber of Commerce this afternoon. Want to appreciate them in their support. So collectively, we have really come together to make this a great success. We want to shout out Grits Cafe for giving us Trina for Sunday afternoon to share with us the art of the pivot into entrepreneurship, and certainly want to share our condolences in the passing of her beautiful sister Brenda. So we certainly want to acknowledge that and certainly keep them in our prayers. Want to shout out to Bank of Nevada, one of our corporate sponsors as well, Dr. Jerry Merritt there, Bank of Nevada. So we want to shout them out. The Clark County Recorder's Office, want to shout them out for their gift of donation as a corporate sponsor. Faith Behavioral Services, shout out to Brenda Cheney in her absence, but certainly not forgotten in the gift of sharing with us and lending her finances to help us. We believe that it has helped us to cross over the hump, if you will, to where we need to be in getting this accomplished. So shout out to the family, the Cheney family, at this time. And we want to shout out Nevada Grow Nevada. Shout out to Eric Gardner and his team there at CSN College of Southern Nevada. Shout out to the Grow Nevada Grow. And so those are just to mention that we had written down, and there are yet more to come in. Corporate sponsors are definitely necessary to get any venue, any event to be able to afford what their vision may be, right? But I've come to learn over the years, when God gives vision, he makes provision, whether it's starting a radio station, whatever that might be, right? You get a vision to do something, and God just continually makes provision. So we're certainly excited to have a relationship with the Lord. I like to tell people I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. And so in my spirituality, I've grown in faith to know that if he gives me something to do, he makes the wherewithal available to do it. So we appreciate God and what has given to us. We've actually gotten most of the conference taken care of. There are yet some small things yet to do. You know, tightening up on the loose ends. You know how that goes, right? The little small things. Shout out to Urban Voice. Shout out to Joseph Abram for definitely giving back with photography services, and we want to appreciate him as well. I don't want to leave off anyone. Again, I do want to thank Chef Jeff Henderson with the Chef Jeff Project for giving his keynote time to us to share, and his will be overcoming challenges and creating success, and the story that goes behind it. It's phenomenal, and so we want to make sure that you're in the building. So we have yet 2 days with the last part of this day left. There's yet 2 days left to get your tickets. Sponsor someone. So again, text the word ticket to 702-349-0162 if you care to sponsor or you care to purchase. 702-349-0162. Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group, and For All Family CDC as sponsors of the second annual Wealth Mindset Conference, Las Vegas. So this is what we do. This is what we've been doing, and we want to continue to share in the community in giving back with a wealth mindset. Not that we're going to have all the answers, but we believe we'll spark a fire. We believe we'll spark an excitement, a motivation, if you will, to getting back on track. We have a great lineup. I believe it's going to really be impactful for you, and you want to be there. You really want to be there. And again, that's Sunday, April the 7th at the Red Rock Hotel and Casino Resort. Going to be a great time. Now, the doors open at 9 a.m. Now, if you care to be a vendor, I don't know that I have too many left, but there are a couple maybe. I think we had 16 vendors. The room is pretty large. You'll actually be in the room as a vendor. So it's very important that we hear from you if you're considering. 702-349-0162. Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group, Team Deville, and For All Family CDC, Community Development Corporation, nonprofit organization. So any sponsorship is tax deductible. So again, it's going to be Sunday, April 7th at the Red Rock Resort Conference Center, right there in the beautiful part of the Red Rock City. It's going to be at 10 a.m., so you want to get there at 9 a.m. If you want to be a vendor from 6 to 8 a.m., you need to be there to set up. There will be a church service between 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. For those of you who feel like, I don't want to miss service, we will have 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. there at the Red Rock. Conference beginning promptly at 10 a.m. So be there, get your seat. Register. You definitely got to register. We've got to have you because we're having seating assigned. So it's a lot of work to do this. So we need everyone to get that in no later than Saturday morning by noon. We won't have any more time because we have a meet and greet that will be on Saturday at 6 p.m. at C3 Seafood. And shout out to C3 Seafood right there at Sahara and Decatur. For opening their doors and giving us a space that we can share in, just a little intimate space to share, to network, and to meet our keynote speakers and speakers alone. we're just excited about it all. So again, you want to take part, you want to be there. It's going to be a great time. So the second annual Wealth Mindset Conference Las Vegas is this Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Red Rock Resort Conference Center. Now, let's shift over a little bit over to the real estate side. I want to make sure that you understand you've got to get out of paying someone's mortgage, right? You've got to stop paying their home and property values off. You're paying their property taxes off. So you want to make sure that you're doing what's necessary. Now, someone asked me last evening, we were out, shout out to Alicia Taylor and Mortgage Solutions. And there was an event last evening they had there with the, speaking of someone there, and they were asking, well, how high is the interest rate? The interest rates are high. And my response was, so is rent. At least, I mean, think about it this way. If you're paying rent and you're paying 100% interest rate with no return on your investment. So if it's 100% interest rate on a rental, then I tell you could purchase a home at 6.25%, which sounds better. That's right, the 6.25%, because 100% interest rate on a rental with the possibility of an increase over the next term. Meaning after your lease is expired, they very well can come in and increase the rent versus the mortgage is fixed. It's a lock for 20 or 30 years. You could pay it off in 15 without prepayment penalty. But it never increases. The mortgage will be the mortgage. Unless you change something, nothing changes. So with the landlords, increase. And why do they increase? Someone asked me, why do you think my landlord went up $300? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is because they can. Two is they may want to offset that new car payment that they purchased, right? So if they increase your rent by $200, he just bought a new car and the payment went up $200 versus the car he has in the new car, he may tack that $200 on to, watch this, to the rent. So now he's still paying what he's been paying, and he's got an extra $200 coming from you, that increase for the mortgage, the financing for the new car. Or they may have purchased a boat, and the boat payment might be $200 to $400. So he goes up on the rent $300. So he really has a $100 payment on a boat. That would be my analogy because I love boating, but nonetheless, so they can because they can. And so when we talk about my solar business now, I don't install solar. I market solar. I tell you the reasons why it's beneficial to have because I have it. So number one, I own a home, and the benefit of it is I get to create wealth through equity. I own solar. The benefit is I haven't gotten a power bill in over a year. The other things we want to talk about is how that solar is an equal pay, much like the mortgage. It's an equal pay. You know how much your mortgage is every month. It never changes unless you refinance it or something of the sort, but it never changes. So when we say that, the important thing to remember is I'm in a fixed rate. So when you talk solar and you install solar on my home, I know how much every month I pay. Every month my payment is $225. Whether I use, it's just the same. Because I'm using renewable energy. So when the sun shines, guess what? My meter goes backwards. So I'm not creating power in the sense of numbers, but I'm using solar power, renewable energy. So you want to get involved. And I say again, getting a free quote would help. Having a free quote to know what would my bill look like every month versus NV Energy, guess what? There's an increase, every quarter. So January, there was a 3% at the new year. There was a 3% increase. So what are you going to do? Continue to rent your power when you could own your power? So just imagine you own the solar system. You pay it off. You own the system. What is the benefit to that? I own my system. I have no monthly payment now. Because remember, when you install solar, you have a monthly bill to pay off the panels. But that bill is fixed. It's locked. So it remains the same. So now I don't have to peek at my power bill every month. I know where I'm at. And that's paying off the solar unit. So again, we want to keep all of this in mind when it comes to home ownership, renewable energy, the solar power that's very important to have. Right? So you own now you're beginning to own some stuff. It's like a car. You eventually pay it off. But you know what, a lot of people before they pay it off, they end up buying a new car. I don't know if I want a car note. They come like way too fast. You know, I look up and it's due again. I don't have any car notes, but I know they come fast because I know the mortgage look like. Didn't I just pay the mortgage? But at least I'm getting, I'm creating equity, right? So every month that I pay the mortgage, I'm paying down on the principal, right? We add a little more every month that goes toward the principal to pay the principal because the first few years you're really just paying interest, really just interest. Right? But if you add every month to it and notify the bank that this additional $150 or $200 goes toward the principal, you could pay that home off sooner. Can you imagine being mortgage free, NV Energy financially free, car note free? Can you imagine? Now you would have insurance. You'd have to pay taxes on your land, on your property. But can you imagine that those high expense bills, because your mortgage, it's probably one of your highest expenses, right? Then the car would follow, and then all the other little things that compile. But shoot, these darn cell phones, man. I was looking at our plan. It's like ridiculous. Cell phones have gotten to be $400 or $500, depending on how many on the plan. And so they keep giving you these new phones under the plan. But when you realize how much you pay for the new phone at $20 a month, you paid $5,000 for the phone. They're quick to give them to you too and lock you in on a payment. You can have it right now. Isn't that what credit cards do? You can have it right now. And so we get involved with credit cards, and next thing you know, when it's time to pay the bill, we got the product, but it's time to pay up, and maybe financially my month was a little slow, but yet I've got the product. So now we get behind in our bill. It's easy to get behind. It could be hard to catch up, but it's easy to get behind. So just keep in mind, you want to get into home ownership, you've got to catch up on those bills. Take your tax refund. Many of you still have your tax money. Or maybe you just got your refund. Take a time to look at your credit. Find out what you can pay off. You can't dispute everything. Some things are going to become a judgment. Some things are going to become just delinquent on your on your report. Some things from the third party are negotiable. So you can dispute the third-party collection like ABC Management Group, right? A lot of those are third-party collection agencies, meaning they purchase your debt from the financer, whoever financed you, and they bought the debt many times 5 to 10 cents on a dollar. And so now they're coming after you for that balance that the previous person wrote off. So again, that's information that you want to make sure, let's get that handled. Now, these third-party collection agencies, many times, you can negotiate with them, right? Or you can dispute it. But some of them are so small, right? There was one I remember having, and I think it was like I forgot to pay the bill and went to a collection. It was like $160. They let me pay it off for $42. I'm like, it's not even worth disputing. This $42, it was done. He gave me a letter that they just payment dismissed. You send that letter into the TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. They remove it off your credit. Just something you just forgot to pay. And it lingered and lingered. But the third party, remember, they only paid 10 cents to 20 cents on the dollar for that debt. So now those high expense that they're trying to come after you for, now technically the third party you don't owe. You owe John Brown. Now John Brown wrote the debt off, right? Now the third party purchased the debt, and now they're coming after you. Well, you can dispute that. Right? Because you didn't originally sign the debt with them. So they try to, muscle you around. But again, a lot of things you can dispute. I have several creditors you can speak to that can help you understand better how that process works. Because somebody said, I'll file bankruptcy. Well, let me say this. Sometimes bankruptcy is not necessary. Bankruptcy is not for everyone. So there are times you don't need to file bankruptcy. You just need to get with your credit report, look at it, dispute a couple things, pay off, make it an arrangement to pay a couple things off. You could bring your score up. You could either pay someone to do it or you could do it. It's really not a difficult process. It's a matter of writing letters, saying I want to dispute this item on my report. Not a serious project. But sometimes our timing doesn't allow, because we lifing, right? We lifing. You go to work, you get up. Shout out to all the moms who really get up, get the kids ready, and get them off to school, and then get home to get to work, and then pick the kids up, go home, feed them, bathe them, put them to bed, get up the next morning. Shout out to the single dads. I was a single dad for many years, raising 4 daughters. So I get it, but not many men do it, right? More moms do it. I would say more than 90% of moms who do this repeatedly, right? And dads, not all of us, but there are some who do stand as single fathers, right? So, and I think sometimes when we have seen that in our lives, right? Not to get on the rant, but I was raised with a single dad, so I guess that's why I was able to handle being a single dad, right? I saw that. But anyway, back to the conference, back to the real estate. Let's bring it home. So listen, today's show, we just wanted to give thanks to everybody. We wanted to appreciate the many of you that have given, that have shared in your finances to pull this collectively together financially. So thank you to everyone that we've read off your names. We want to say shout out to you again. Our time today is going to be cut short. We have some other errands we need to take care of. We're still working on the final 2 days of this conference. So again, Sunday, April 7th at the Red Rock at 10 a.m. is the conference. Doors open at 9 a.m. You want to get there. You want to register beforehand, because you don't want to get there and register. You want to be already registered, okay? So don't come to register, because it slows everything down. If you can contact me directly, I can share with you how to get registered at 702-349-0162. Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group, okay? Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group. The name you need to know right here in the Valley. 702-349-0162. Text the word ticket if you're looking to purchase a ticket to get in on the April 7th Sunday morning wealth mindset conference. All right. So again, thank you, Las Vegas. Thank you, everyone who's donated, sponsored, given your time, your finances, your conversation of hope it goes well, of encouragement. Thank you. And shout out to Team Deville, who has really put the time in to help bring this thing to fruition. So again, until I talk to you next week, Las Vegas, right here at hot702.5fm.com, you have a great week. I'll see you at the conference. Let's get together. Let's make it a powerful event right there at the Red Rock Resort and Conference Center. All right, I'll talk to you next week. Until then, may God's best be yours. Take care.
Jones, hey, Greg Deville was at it, man, hey. If you want the real, holla at Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in. We here to help. Now tune in.